everyone, it's Nisha. So I thought I'd sit down and chat to you about what's going on. I'm feeling much better. I still have a sore throat, but I feel like my breath is a bit better. But today, this morning, I woke up and I wasn't feeling so good mentally. I suddenly felt tearful and sad, and not for particular reason. Obviously we've got plenty of reasons, but not that I thought of something in particular. I think it's just it's been only really 2 weeks in total lockdown, but I've been mostly at home for much longer, and even though I love it I really do. I'm a person that absolutely loves being at home. And like I said before, this is not much different for me, because obviously my husband normally works from home. I'm at home. I do my YouTube videos, I do my nails, and it just feels quite normal, although I'm not doing nails obviously anymore. But I don't know, is it because I think it's the fear of unknown, and I am so mad at our government because we are being lied to about those tests for weeks now. They've been promising us the tests for weeks. Do you know that not even doctors and nurses being tested? They only test people that are very ill in hospitals. And I know some nurses and some doctors get tested, but there is not enough tests. And in a country like UK, I cannot believe it. So I think a couple of days ago they told us that we don't have tests because there is a shortage of this particular chemical that is needed to make the test. Well, chemical companies replied to that. They said, no, we've got plenty. We haven't been even asked for them. So I don't know what's going on, why they lying, why they're not making them. Now they're saying that we don't have enough laboratory facilities to actually test. So something really odd is going on. And I feel like testing is the most important thing, because we are hearing now that we're hearing of new symptoms that they never thought of before. At first it was always just high fever and dry cough. Well, there are people now that their illness starts with losing sense of smell and sense of taste. There are people that have diarrhea. There are people that are actually physically sick. There are people that have no symptoms whatsoever and testing positive for it. So you cannot any longer tell for sure if someone has it or doesn't have it just by looking at them or describing few symptoms. So I for one would like to know if I've had it. I wasn't bad. I had just shortness of breath. So I never had fever, but I would have sore throat and just feeling weird here, not normal, not something that I couldn't breathe and I was struggling for breath. But if I was doing something more strenuous, and not that strenuous, things like even putting my washing in a washing machine, taking it out, putting it in a tumble dryer, that's when I would feel, a bit of a laboured breathing, and that's when I would want to cough. And that was it. And tired. I've been falling asleep on a sofa like every day, and I'm not a person that sleeps or naps in a day. I don't really need that much sleep. So that's why I think I've had it, because this was something that I've never felt before. The way I felt, I've never felt like this before. If I had a cold, I would know I have a runny nose, blocked nose or whatever. And to be honest, I haven't been ill for a couple of years at all. You might remember, I think it was a couple of years ago when I had this awful sinusitis. Do you remember that it was going on for 6 weeks because my doctor would not prescribe me antibiotics, and I was in so much pain, but my body fought it off eventually. So that was the last time I was really ill. I haven't had a cold, I don't even think I've had you know, the common flu ever in my life. And I also have never been vaccinated against flu. I know my husband has it every year, and Max even had it this year because they just do it for free at work. But I've never ever had it. I probably will start from next year to have the vaccination, but I don't think I've ever had a flu. I've had colds and stuff, and when I was much younger, when I was teenager and in my early 20s, I used to suffer a lot with tonsillitis. But no, so that's why I feel like I have it or I've had it. So I would love to have the antibody test to see if I've had it, because then I don't have to worry about potentially being infected or infect someone else. Paul is feeling fine, but again, Paul has amazing immune system, touch wood. Since I've known him, if he ever was coming down with something, it lasted always 1 day. He's never been like laid out ill with anything. He doesn't get runny nose, he doesn't get really coughs or colds, nothing. Never had a tonsillitis or sinusitis, nothing. He would sometimes come down with something, would be one evening that he wouldn't feel well, and oh my God, you would know about it. He would put hat and a scarf on, you know, like they call it man flu, and the next day he would be fine. And this time I told you that he woke me up one night like with a coughing fit, and he felt a bit funny for 1 day, you know, had a headache, and he said, I've got that muzzy head. The next day he was absolutely fine. Max, on another hand, Max about 3 weeks ago had tonsillitis, really bad. You know, he had all that white pus on his tonsils. He had antibiotics for that. That went, and then about a week after that, he was coughing a bit again, and his throat was sore. And now he's fine. So I really don't know if we all had it, but very mild, or it's just some sort of cold. I just want to know. Not knowing is like the worst thing, and I am so mad. You know, I've heard that even in Thailand they've made antibodies test, and they already testing. What is wrong with this country? Everybody is crying out for it, and there is something going on. There is something they're not telling us, because I don't believe, you know, they've told so many lies. I understand that these are unprecedented circumstances, and I know government is doing what they can, but they were obviously far too late to the table with all this stuff. Look at Germany. Germany tests something like 100 times more than we do a day, or 1,000 times, I don't remember now. So yes, on a positive note, I know we always hear on a TV about the deaths and how many been infected. I wouldn't even listen to the numbers about how many's been infected, because no one knows, obviously. Unless you've tested every single person, no one knows. Obviously, it's easier to count the deaths, but it is horrible, and it is very dangerous, especially for old and vulnerable people, although a lot of young people are dying from it as well. But I am reassured that there is so many people out there, obviously, because I hear it, I watch it. They've gone through it with really mild symptoms. Some have gone through it like a flu, but a lot of people didn't have to be hospitalized. So yes, be careful, keep the social distance and all that. But I think the priority right now is testing. I mean, why don't they understand that? we can't treat this disease, right? You only treat the symptoms. So if you can't breathe, they give you oxygen. If you've got a headache, they give you paracetamol. But they can't actually treat the virus. Your body has to fight it itself till we have a vaccine. And it's spreading like mad. So surely if everybody was tested, if I was tested and I tested positive, then I can tell everybody I've been in contact with, and all these people isolate themselves for 2-3 weeks, bam, done. But, you know, if there is so many people out there, especially in our health services, that might be going asymptomatic through it, then how are we ever going to stop it spreading? Yeah, so I don't understand. UK is such a sophisticated country with technology, clever people, and there is something going on. Okay, sorry, I'm getting really mad about this, and it frustrates me so much. So that was my rant. On the other hand, I wanted to tell you how I cope with it, or how I have been coping so far. So I think the most important thing right now for your mental health is to exercise. I know, believe me, I've been going to the gym, as you know, for 2.5 years, twice a week religiously, but only because I had a personal trainer who kicked my ass and I had to do it. I am not a person that can self-motivate to do anything like it. And since I've been home, I've done one proper workout and then I became unwell. So I couldn't really jump around do stuff because that made me breathless and made me cough. But because I've started feeling a bit better since Friday, today when I woke up and I felt so low, I was thinking I really need to do a workout, anything that gets you out of breath. And trust me, as you know, I suffer with depression and I know what I'm talking about, how this helps. So I made myself, and because this has been like my first workout in over 2 weeks, I managed to do half an hour that I was really out of breath. But it's better than nothing, but I immediately felt much better. I remember few years back, and I don't know if this was because if you've been with me, you know I've tried in my life a few times to come off the antidepressants, but every time I did, I would be fine for 2-3 months and then I would go down again. And that must have been one of those times. And I remember walking the dog in a park with Paul, and I suddenly burst out crying, like for no reason. And if you suffer with depression, you will know you have this feeling inside yourself like you want to, I don't know, leave your body. I don't know how to explain it. But what I would do then, in this park, while we were walking, I would start running really fast up and down the hill, like till I couldn't breathe. And that would straight away calm me down. So whatever you can do, there is so many videos on YouTube everywhere to do some sort of exercise. Just incorporate it into your daily routine. You've got nothing. I'm not telling you have to, you know, kill yourself for an hour. Even if you do 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and maybe do it twice a day, anything, that is really, really going to help. Because I know at first this is like different, and I don't think we grasping yet the repercussions of it, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen to a lot of people and children as well, and that is really worrying. Right. Yeah, right. I have to stop for a bit because Paul and Max are coming down for lunch now. Okay, I'm back. What was I talking about? Exercise. So yes, I did something today and I was feeling much better, and I need to really have a routine and do something every day. I don't work as hard as I would have in a gym, obviously, but I'm still doing something. Because another thing is, out of boredom, we sit and eat loads. So I've been eating weird stuff. You know, I don't normally have a sweet tooth. I've been eating biscuits, and yesterday Paul went to the supermarket, and I suddenly felt like I really want strawberry jam. So he got me strawberry jam, and I had a sandwich of strawberry jam and cottage cheese together. Don't knock it, it was lovely. So yeah, we are probably eating more and moving less, so we're gonna come out all overweight after this. So that's another thing. But what I'm trying to do, we need some sort of structure, because obviously we don't have structure right now, like plan of action. So what I've been doing, I have a notebook, and every night I write my plan of action for next day. So a couple of chores that I have to do, like I've already, like one day I had ironing to do and I cleaned my bathroom. And you don't have to, you know, fill up your day with chores, because we've got obviously all the time in the world right now. Then the next day I cleared out my wardrobe, and that made me feel so good. And every time I've done something, I tick it off. And I know it's something very simple, and you think, well, I know what I have to do. But believe me, if you write it down and you do the things that you've written down, you get like a sense of achievement and sense of purpose in life, and it makes you feel better. On the other hand, it doesn't work for me all the time. It's really hard, because we almost have this excuse to do nothing. Some days I will wake up and I'm looking my book and I think, yes, I have to do this and this today, and then I'm thinking, don't feel like it today, I can always do it tomorrow. And it's such a slippery slope. And because I wasn't feeling too well, I haven't been following it like that, but from today I'm getting back to it. It really, really helps, because it's so easy to just lie down and do nothing. On one hand, we should also enjoy this time, because, you know, I was talking to my friend who is normally so busy. She works and she still has a child of school age, and she would say, you know, I've got no time for anything, I'm just working all the hours, and then I come home and then it's the housework, blah blah. And I said to her, you know, enjoy it, because remember how busy you were before. Have a rest, and slowly we will get back to normal at some point, whatever the new normal is going to be. So yes, I think that was like the most important thing for me, is keeping that plan of action book, what to do. Another thing, I still get up every morning, put my makeup on and do something to my hair. I am lucky that I've got loads of wigs, because my hair is driving me crazy. I've told you, my roots are getting bigger, and it's not that I'm that bothered about roots, because I like my rooted wigs. It's when my roots start growing out, my hair gets even flatter, because, you know, I bleach my hair, and bleach swells the hair cuticles, therefore it makes it more voluminous and, you know, gives it more body. So once my roots start growing out, they obviously that's healthy hair, especially near the scalp. That's the hair that gets the most oils from your scalp. That's when my hair starts being really flat, and if I style it, it only looks nice for one day, whereas straight after highlights I can have my hair looking decent for 3-4 days. So that's why it annoys me so much. And this wig, this is John Renau Rachel, I think, but I put in a ponytail, and this is in Palm Springs blonde. So like I said to you before, I will be probably wearing wigs in every video, unless on a day that I've washed and styled my hair I will make a video. But to be honest, what I'm trying to do now as well, when I've washed my hair, is not styling it at all, just blast dry it and leave it. So, you know, maybe my hair will have a break as well. So yes, I get up, I still put makeup on. I don't dress up as such, but I don't just walk around in my PJs, because I know a lot of people do, and that's another thing that is gonna make you feel, with time, believe me, it's gonna make you feel really awful, lethargic, useless. Get dressed, even if you're not going anywhere. I mean, I'm in leggings every single day. I can't remember last time I put a pair of jeans on, and I'm scared now because I'm thinking, oh my god, if I put weight on, you can't tell if you're in leggings. But when the time comes when I have to put a pair of jeans on and I don't fit in them, I am not going to be happy. So yes, but what I mean, I still dress, because I know some of my friends say I don't even bother to get dressed, I just walk around all day in my nightwear. Another very important thing is, wake up before you even get out of bed. Be grateful for something. Gratitude is so important, and if you start your day with that, believe me, I challenge you, do it for a week and you see how differently you feel. Because when I don't do it all the time, but I am now, because I know that if, you know, throughout my depression, I still, even though I'm on medication, there would be some times that I would feel lower than other times, and those times, if I practice gratitude, I would feel so much better and happier. Just wake up every morning and just think just of 2 things that you are grateful for. You know, there is always someone out there that has it worse than you. I am grateful for so many things, you know. I have a roof over my head. There are homeless people out there that not only they're homeless, they are exposed out there to this epidemic. I know for a lot of people this is very difficult time, because they are self-employed and they can't go to work and earn money. So that's very worrying time, you know. I'm grateful because my husband can still work from home. My son can still work, so they are still earning money. I've got my YouTube channel. I can still do that, which earns me a bit of money and also keeps me busy and occupied. So there is so many things to be grateful for. I'm grateful that I have both arms and legs that are working. You know, anything, however trivial you think that is, if you, and I talk aloud, so I talk to myself aloud, and you just say thank you, whoever you believe in, God, whatever God you believe in, thank universe, whatever is the higher power that you believe in, just say aloud, thank you for, I'm so grateful that I have both arms that are working, you know. Anything that you think is really trivial, but if you think about it, how different your life would be if you did not have arms, for example. So honestly, gratitude is so important, because we need to find something positive in our lives. Otherwise, you know, you are going to suffer mentally. You know, people with depression have tendencies to be very negative, and I know it. I always find negative in everything, or a problem in everything. So that's why I need to try to rewire my brain to think more positively, and everybody can benefit from that. Now, there are good things that are coming out of this. Disasters like this tend to really unite people, and it doesn't matter how rich, how slim, how beautiful, how whatever you are, we are all in this together. Everybody's experiencing exactly the same thing, and I've noticed people are nicer and kinder to each other. You can see every day someone doing something kind for NHS, or for a neighbor, or for someone else. When I walk my dog in a park, we talk to each other, obviously not like stand in a group and talk to each other, but and people been so good keeping the distance. So when we walk in a park and there is a quite narrow path and obviously the grassland around it, always someone will choose to take a big, you know, circle so we're not too close. But even from like 5 meters distance, people say hello, how are you doing, how are things, you know, stay safe. Whereas before, no one really, I mean, I have people that I see every day in the park, so I would still talk to them, but there are people that you've never seen before, and they still talk to you. So that's a really nice thing. I think we're starting to think what's important in life. This must be also such a trying time for families, because obviously it's not natural for the whole family to be together in one space 24/7. So I'm sure that a lot of good will come out of it as well. Another thing is they saying the earth is healing itself, because imagine how much less pollution is out there right now. People not working, people not driving. I almost feel like this is nature's natural way of resetting itself, resetting the world, you know. Maybe we were doing so much damage to our planet that something had to change. I don't know. But you know, sometimes it feels like there is so many people out there doing amazing things and helping, and that's why I think it would be so good if we have these tests. Imagine if I tested positive that I've had it, I don't have to worry. I could go and help people, you know, I could go and volunteer somewhere. But I don't know, it's just ridiculous, and I don't want to get back on this testing because I'm going to get really angry again. Also, you know, be careful with the news. Everything in the news seems much worse and much bigger, because obviously they are going to report on the drama. It is a drama, but I hope you know what I mean. On the worst things. They concentrate, you know, that many infected, that many died, this one dies, this one dies, this, but they very rarely report on how many people have recovered, how many people had hardly had any symptoms, because we seem to be so scared that if I get it, I'm dead, I'm a goner. That's how it feels from listening to the news. You feel like if I get it, that's the end of me. And that's not the case. Yes, a lot of people are dying, but this is because this is spreading so quickly. And it's not so easy to like just, especially here, because I know when I said to you last week that I wasn't feeling well, people were saying, oh, you have to call your doctor, you have to be tested. I should be so lucky. I can't even call my GP. I have to phone 111, which is, it's not the emergency, but it's like an NHS service that you queue on a phone for 2 hours to even speak to someone. Obviously, if you are really like short of breath and you think it's emergency, then you call the emergency, the ambulance. But, and testing, they laugh at me if I said I wanted a test. So yeah, we mustn't panic too much, because like I said, when you watch the news, and I watch news from all over the world, what is happening where, but I like to actually listen more to like retired doctors here on YouTube, or scientists, or laboratory workers that calmly explain how all this works, what's happening, instead of just bombarding you, right, that many dead, you know, NHS are dying, everything. And I know this is happening, but also good things are happening. A lot of people recovering. My friend's father the other day gone to hospital because he collapsed, and he's 82 and he's got asthma, so he was taken to hospital. He tested positive for it, but after a couple of nights they gave him inhaler, because obviously that would make his cough and stuff worse, because he's got asthma. After a couple of days in hospital, his symptoms were not too bad. He's back at home recovering. So, you know, there is a lot of people that are recovering, and there is millions of people that are walking around having it, not knowing they're having it, and are quite fine. And if I had it, you've seen me, I was still able to function normally. I just felt a bit under the weather. So yes, we have to remember not to panic too much. We just have to stick to what they're telling us to do and relax a bit, because, you know, stress is not good for your immune system either. If you are stressed all the time, your cortisol levels go up, and that's a stress hormone, and that has negative effect on your immune system. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I haven't had much appetite, like, for, you know, I've got all this time to cook different things, but I'm like, I don't fancy food. I just eat because I'm so starving that I need to eat, and it's important to eat quite well at this time as well. So yes, my lovelies, I don't know how long I've been talking to you about. I am fine for now. My family is fine. My mum is still okay. I'm in constant contact. Oh, my brother is absolutely fine, because I told you we think my brother's whole family had it. His partner and two daughters. His partner was quite bad for almost 2 weeks, really ill, like having a really bad flu. My brother was just few days, and he had fever just for 2 days, and then he isolated for 2 weeks, and he's back at work now. So yes, you know, they are fine as well, but of course we still don't know if they really had it. I presume because this spread so quickly, if you're in one household and one after the other was dropping ill, you know, then I assume that's what it was. Oh yeah, another thing, you know, this shortage of the PPE for health workers, like the masks and the visors. I went yesterday onto AliExpress, because all this stuff is made in China anyway, and I've ordered myself masks, and the ones with the filter. I've ordered rubber gloves, and I saw you could buy those plastic visors as well. So if I can go and buy from AliExpress things like that, how come my government is short of it and can buy it for NHS and for the health workers? I also wanted to say that I am so grateful to all the essential workers out there, to all the health workers in every single sector. Also, the supermarket workers, they are not properly protected, and they go to work every day serving loads of people. Postmen, our postmen are still working. The rubbish collecting people, I'm so grateful to them all, because the world would be so much worse if these people were not working. So thank you if you're one of them. Thank you to all of you for doing this amazing job. I don't know what we would do without you. I love this thing we have in the UK, when I think it's once a week now. It's almost like a ritual. There was just one on Thursday at 8 o'clock in the evening. Everybody in their household come out on a balcony garden, and we clap for the essential, for NHS and for the essential workers. And I know that means a lot to them, and that's least we can do. Oh, another thing, you know, I was going to have my whole house redecorated. That was going to happen this week. Obviously, everything's been cancelled, so that's not happening. But I managed um, before we went on lockdown, well, I ordered it online anyway, to buy some wallpaper for my living room. So, you know, in my living room, I have on one wall that wallpaper, but it wasn't put on that well. And I really like it, so I bought the same one, and I'm going to have the professional obviously do it. But I'm going to change in my bedroom, you know, where my bed is and the headboard. I have like a very, very pale Laura Ashley wallpaper there that's been there for years. So I got this one. It's called London Damask. What do you say, damask? Damask or damask? I don't know. And this is from I Love Wallpaper Company. So this is like a pewter color. I wanted something more mink and taupey, but I couldn't find anything. And obviously that is like shiny, and these have a bit of glitter in it, so I really like it. But I will have to wait, probably God knows till when. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for letting me to rant. I really needed that, and that's how I cope in this isolation. Like I said, it's not too big a problem for me. I quite like being inside, so I'm fine. I hope you are all coping okay with it all and staying safe. Let me know what videos you would like to see from me, because obviously I'm not about to be buying loads of things because this is the last thing on people's mind. To, you know, I've been shopping my own stash, but I don't know if it's going to be too boring, me just putting makeup on all the time. I think of some things, but maybe you have like questions for me, like makeup related, skincare, although I'm not a skincare expert, lifestyle, anything, because I know sometimes you probably leave some questions under my videos. I might not be able to see it, or maybe every time I see a question I will make a note of it and maybe do like a video of Q&As answering your questions. But other than that, I don't really know what else to do my videos about that is useful to you. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and stay fabulous. Bye.